Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Today I'm going to present about my report which is air transportation in Malaysia. My name is Faradena binti Muhammad Nasri and I'm from class TPT 251 G2, Principle of Transport. Okay, now I'm going to explain about the introduction. What is transportation? Transportation is a movement of people and goods with either public or private transport from one place to another quickly and safely. There are various modes of transportation such as air, sea, road, rail, and pipeline. With what is air transportation? Air transportation is a movement of passengers spread via aircrafts such as airplanes, helicopters, or even drones. Fastest mode of global transport that connects the network peninsula of Malaysia, Sabah, and Sarawak via 40 path in airports, including six international hubs. Lastly, air transport has developed the high speed and flexibility which can enhance the economic growth and increase national connections from all the globe. Next, I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of air transportation. For the advantages of air transport, it is the fastest mode of transportation, especially recommended when time is an important factor, making it ideal for time-sensitive deliveries. Next, air transport supports globalization by linking production centers, distribution hubs, and markets across continents to connect with other countries. Lastly, aircraft can reach destinations with limited or no access of roads, railways, or even seaports. For the disadvantages of air transport, first we have high transportation costs, which are very expensive compared to sea, rail, or road due to the high fuel costs, airport fees, and maintenance expenses. Next, has limited space and weight capacity due to balancing the plane, which limits the volume and weight of shipments. Lastly, weather sensitivity and flight disruptions, which can cause delays, diversion, or cancellation from maybe turbulence, high rain, or snow. Now I'm going to explain about the infrastructure and network of air transportation. First, we have Kuala Lumpur International Airport (KLIA) as the major hub. They are capable of processing millions of passengers and over 1.2 million of ton cargo annually mass cargo. Second, we have the regional hubs such as Penang International Airport, Kota Kinabalu International Airport, Kuching International Airport, Langkawi International Airport, and Senel International Airport in Johor. Lastly, we have the domestic and rural networks. It is a vast network of 16 domestic and 18 stall ports, ensures connectivity to remote areas. Furthermore, let's talk about the issue and challenges that are faced by air transportation. First, we have supply chains and flight disruption. This shows the delay of new aircraft deliveries and maintenance parts for local airlines such as Malaysia Airlines. Next, we have the infrastructure and facilities bottlenecks the regional secondary airports. For example, KLIA that acts as a major regional hub, while infrastructure at secondary airports across the country such as Penang, Subang, or Kota Kinabalu remains outdated and insufficient. Lastly, market and regulatory challenges, which shows that the market is heavily dependent on short-haul ASEAN and East Asia routes, making the industry highly fragmented and vulnerable. Now we move to the next point, which is the stakeholders in air transportation. First, we have the government agency, which government bodies like International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO), Federal Aviation Administration (FAA), and Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia (CAAM) that establish aviation standards and policies to ensure the passenger safety. Next, we have the industry operators, which help to manage the air transport service and system. They are who that manage the physical infrastructure, runway and terminals for air navigation services. Thirdly, we have the passenger and users that which are passenger and shipping companies are used who rely on safety, time consuming and co-effectiveness to travel or freight deliveries. Lastly, we have the financial and support services to help gain more profit and liability to sustain in the long term run. We have investors and lessors, which can be defined as shareholder, banks, and aircraft leasing companies that finance airline fleets and infrastructure. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my case study. So the name of my case study is the Minister of Transport (MOT) implements a new initiative to encourage the use of public transportation, especially air transportation. So on April 14, 2026 at Putrajaya, the Ministry of Transport (MOT) had a press conference about implementing several new initiatives about the air transport to help passengers cope with the rising cost of living due to the fuel expenses arising because of the crisis in West Asia. So Anthony Locke informed that the air transport section had also been affected with about 75% of flights scheduled to the West ASEAN cancelled from March 1, 2026 following the geopolitical crisis. Next, the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia (CAAM) will extend the credit period of payment for fees and charges up to 60 days rather than usually 30 days credit period starting from May 1, 2026. Lastly, the Minister of Transport (MOT) also said that the ticket sales campaigns could be carried out jointly by domestic airlines following the rebate initiatives from May 15 until June 14. Also, the campaigns will be announced by the airlines such as Malaysia Airlines, AirAsia, or Batik Air. Lastly, recommendation and conclusion. So, for my first recommendation is upgrading regional secondary airport infrastructure. This could enhance smaller airports to be as efficient and sustainable as the major regional airports, for example, KLIA. So this helps to handle more passengers, operation more smoothly and safely that also and also supports economic growth. Second, it could help develop KLIA as a stronger ASEAN invention hub. This is to compete with other airports in other countries in transit or businesses. This helps to improve our economic growth and also our profit and liability in the long term run. So how are we going to do this? By improving passenger experience through fast and safe flights that could boost the international reputation of our airports to other countries. Lastly, we could strengthen the transit hub strategy by allowing low-cost and full-service transit hubs from other countries to our countries. And I think that's all from me. Thank you.